Whew. All right. Good morning. My hair is nuts today. So I didn't sleep well. It's been a few days since I've actually had a good night's sleep. So let's get this shared around and get things started. And then I could start talking to you. Once people start filtering in, I'll start getting the meat and potatoes of what I've been doing. And yeah. And okay, there we go. Now it's posted to the Book of Faces. And share that public. All right. Wrong thing. Yep. Of course it's the wrong thing. Eileen, good morning. How are we doing today? So I've been busy with a few things. You actually saw one of them that I've been working on. So yeah. All right, and chat is live. All right. Doing well. I'm glad to hear that. So I'd say it's been a busy week, but it's been a busy like 6 months. Things are starting to fade together. That's old coffee. That's yesterday's coffee. So so I got I was going to try and put together the 3D printer last night. I finally got the whole thing carved out. But yeah, I just didn't have any energy by the end of the day last night. Wanted to do it when I had, after Lomeo was asleep. Took some time to relax, wind down. No. Didn't. There's no energy left. You can see the doom pile back there is growing. So, but mainly this week I spent Friday at home just doing stuff. And one thing I'm going to be doing on the stream today, guys, is I got some new gold powder, which seems to be significantly finer than the old stuff. So we're going to be giving this a try, see how this one turns out. This one is pearlescent pigment powder. So So what are you up to today? Because I'm gonna, I think I'm going to, actually, let me plug my phone in here. Yeah. So I can just keep this charging here for a minute. Few mixing cups. And so I showed you last night. Where did it go? Ah. Ken, good morning. Missed you this weekend. You okay? Yeah, I was just doing I had a lot of stuff to do in the office, and it was just going to be kind of a blah day at the shop anyways. So I decided to spend a day home at the office trying to figure things out, and I spent 2 days of quality time with my laser and my 3D printer. I'm going to need that, buddy. Can't disappear.
Okay.
Thank you. So by the end of all of my testing, I finally got the 3D printer carved out. I'll show you guys that later. But by the end of all of my testing, I came up with this. Now those engravings are actually kind of deep. They feel super deep.
I want to see all my paints. I just want to paint.
Later, buddy, we can paint. So I got that. I got another one that I'm going to be cutting out because the purpose of doing these tests is, well, there's a million purposes. But, see, I did one here. I did this guy. Then I tried doing it over some spray paint. So, but the idea was to get it to cut out. Don't like this one, it burned. I'm not sure how to fix that yet, but we'll figure it out. But yeah, I'm fine. It's just I had to work here instead of at the shop. Eileen, reheating potato soup I made yesterday watching Yellowstone. I'm hooked now. Actually, let's just switch this over to that. And you're cleaning the craft room today. Well, that's fantastic. Yeah, I'm just kind of feeling under the weather today. I had a horrible migraine all day yesterday. So I think after this live stream, I'm actually going to end up lying down on the couch with some ice behind my head and letting the kiddo run feral for a little while. At least, till I can catch up. Alan, good morning. How are we doing today, buddy? Cleaning the craft room. Well, I think I might end up making some cookies. I found this one guy on he's from TikTok, but he has a bunch of YouTube shorts on Facebook, and so I started following him there as well, and I came across this thing, 3 ingredient cookies. So those 3 ingredient cookies are peanut butter. It's a pound of peanut butter, or a cup of peanut butter. I can't remember which. I need to look at the thing. Half a cup of flour and an egg. Roll in the balls, cross them with a fork, bake them at 350 for like 10 to 12 minutes. They sound delicious. I think it'd be a nice, fun little thing to do. Get a little dopamine going, get some snackies out of it, and we'll try going from there. But first, I think I'm going to cut that purple panel out and see how that does. And yeah, cut the purple out, and we'll try doing the epoxy, because I think the gold on the purple would look really nice, and I really need to try this. I really need to try this powder out. FDA approved for cosmetics, natural mica, titanium dioxide, iron oxide. Huh. 50 grams. 120 ml container. This does not feel like 50 grams. It feels lighter. But whatever. I'm not going to weigh it with a scale. So let's get some stuff moved around. I did a little bit of cleaning beforehand, so it didn't look like such a pigsty this morning. And this cart cut partially through. I think I can do the rest of the job with just the razor. At least I'm hoping. And then it'll be a lot easier to work with. And I'll set up that thingy and then show you guys. But this is a one of those things, you know. Cool thing about doing this and running those two filters is, you know, those candles that have like the wood wick? Kind of smells like I was burning one of those instead of, you know, engraving things and stuff. All right, making progress. I know the back's getting a little messed up. It's all getting like a lot of tear up, but I really don't care. I do definitely need to get a better dust collection system right now. Right now I'm just running my fan. I put a house filter on one side of it, and then I have an air purifier on the other. And it works. It definitely works. But it doesn't work fantastic. It is mezza. So Alan, you working on any projects today? It's funny, when I called your name out, he started answering me. There we go. Yeah, that's much easier when just the laser does it. Sandpaper here. 320, good enough. Just so I don't get any really bad splinters. Okay. So there we go. Now, the resin I've been using is gone. There it is. It's been this Mod Podge stuff. And I got this from Hobby Lobby or something. The reason is because the knives and swords I'm doing have bone handles. And I wanted something that I could do a deep pour on, as well as something that would still have a little bit of give to it. And my thought there is it'd be a bit of a softer resin, so I could do a deeper pour, and it would have a little bit of give, so it would act as a kind of like a natural shock absorber. And I did the knife, and it turned out super solid, and I was right. It is like the perfect shock absorber. But the cool thing, at least cool to me, is that this stuff here has a half-hour pot life, 30 to 40-minute pot life, cure time of 24 hours. But really, after like 1 hour, it is fine to set up and move around. So I got that guy cut out. I'm going to set up the other camera, and we're going to pull it up over there. And yeah. Cool thing too here is that it's also like food safe. So, yeah. So let's get some of this powder out, mix it up with some of the resin, and we'll do the thing. We'll do all the things. Okay. So, everyone dropped off. Are y'all still there? Or is it something I said? Mixing cup. Take the ring off so it doesn't get epoxy to my hand. That's the garbage bag. My mixing sticks. I'm here. I'm glad you're here. So, Ken, my internet dropped. I had to reconnect. Well, welcome back. So I think I'll use one of these guys. I picked up a ton of these little needle tip applicators, and for doing all this like small finicky work, it is the best. Good morning, Caleb. How are we doing today, buddy? These little needlepoint applicators are fantastic for doing this like really small detail work. The problem I run into with a lot of this stuff, I don't have gloves, so I might become horribly messy. That might be a problem. No, this isn't foreshadowing. This is just me being an idiot. The problem I run into is a lot of the work I'm doing, at least recently, is such a small scale that one of these guys is just dead in the water immediately. Well, that wasn't supposed to happen. Okay, screws in. Screws in, and then... Yeah. But it's a nice little blunt needle, but you can really get in there and do some really nice fine work. Really squeeze just a very fine line. So I got these guys. I have some smaller ones. I have some ones with bigger needles. Yeah. But if you're going to be doing like any sort of detail work with resin or these are sold for paint, probably so you could like clean them out and wash them out and reuse them. But if you're going to use them for resin, once you use them once, they're done. But yeah, these things are invaluable for doing this kind of work. So I'm going to try and do the epoxy fill because I think gold would just look so pretty on this. It's kind of hard to tell. There we go. So, gonna try doing this in gold, and we're gonna see how it goes. And I think mixing 1 ounce would be good. Looks great. Thank you. I'm not really happy with how the fonts came out, but those were just the fonts I had installed in my computer already. And for using like ready-made fonts and stuff, I think it turned out really well. Ken, if you put them in hot soapy water right after using them, you may be able to reuse them. It's a good idea. I don't know if I'm going to try that today, but that is definitely a suggestion I'm going to try. I mean, they're only like $2-3 for a 2-pack, so it's not that bad. But yeah. So let me. That is a good tip there. Let me get the Droid cam. Bloop. And normally my speakers don't work when I have my microphone attached. Interesting. Droid cam. Start. All right. So we got that guy there, and I think it'd be easier to do it like that. So I missed. So what are you currently working on? All right. So I'm doing a resin inlay because I'm testing a lot of different things this weekend. I spent Friday and Saturday just in here working. Instead of going to the shop here, I was working home. So I'm going to, let me move this guy. I'm just trying to test my 3D print or my laser. So this was what I ended up on. I'm not happy with how the edges burned very well on it, but I had this one that I painted purple just to see. And it turned out very nice, but the dark burnt wood on the purple, you can't see anything. And I need to test out this mica powder for the resin anyways. So, yeah, why not? And purple and gold looks handsome. So I think it would be a very nice test. And I might end up with one object here that I can actually sell, even though it was just a test piece. So I count that as a win-win. Caleb, working at home is always better. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. I had a wicked migraine yesterday, so the flashing from the laser didn't help. Loud noises, the burning wood smell, it just did not help. And the fact that I was here for the last 3 days with little man. Yeah. Friday wasn't bad. Yesterday was horrible. Anyways, let's get this stuff mixed up. I think I'm gonna switch it to that camera to mix it. And they're cool, I like them, but I see what you mean. Yeah, so I mean, if you're going for that burned edge aesthetic, that's one thing. But I'm not. So let me switch to the droid cam. Is it loaded in? Yes, it is. And we'll do the mixing and everything else. So fade. All right. And since I can't see your chats, let me pull that up. I can't work. I can't even work when I have a migraine that bad or anything. I can't focus. Yeah, the thing is, when you've dealt with this kind of pain for as long as I have, you just keep going, because at the end of the day, you can't afford to stop. At a certain point, it stops being so painful anyways. It's more just a really shitty inconvenience. So, mixing stick. Like when my back goes out. Let me actually pop this up a little bit higher so you can see what I'm doing this way. Then I'll pull you in close for when I do the inlay here. You are right. I feel like that's one downside to owning a business. Yeah, especially when you're your own boss. You just kind of have to do the thing. Regardless of if you want to or not. So I'm not exactly mixing these in the right ratio, because it's a 1-to-1 mixture. So it's supposed to be a clear high gloss resin. I'm aware of them, but I feel like depending on the person, it could work out better than a wage job. Yeah. I mean, it definitely is better than doing a wage job, just because I have the flexibility and stuff to do what I need. Let's see. I don't know if I would prefer not to be a wage slave for the rest of my life. Yeah, I am so sick of working my butt off to enrich somebody else. And don't forget a lighter to pop the bubbles after you put it in the letters. That is a very good thing, and I have a lighter somewhere, maybe. I should have one in this conflagration here. Now it says to mix the stuff in after, but I've always been of the mind of I want the most working time and the most mixing time. So if you mix in the powder with your resin before you add your hardener, you still get you get more work time. And I am going to use, let's call it 3 scoops. One, 2, 3. Very scientific measurement, by the way. Super precise. They did say on the reviews that you have to use more of this than you think to get a really good gold color. That turned it into like a dough. But oh my goodness. That is gold, gold, gold. What's that guy from Austin Powers? Ish gold. Now this stuff is very liquidy, so I need to be kind of careful with how I dole it out. That looks about 1 to 1, maybe. So now just mix the hell out of this, and we'll see how things go. You got to remember when you're doing your resins, really scrape the sides, scrape the bottom. I change directions frequently, go forward and back, side to side. This looks like a much better gold than the one I had. The other one looked more like glitter. This looks like liquid gold, and it is beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. Just mix the hell out of this for a minute or so. And the good thing about like resins and stuff is that, you know, they say use exact measurement of 1 to 1, blah, 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 or whatever their measurement styles are. But that's usually like plus or minus 10%. You still get the right reaction, right chemical reaction, plus or minus 10%. Look at that. That is like super gold. And that's fascinating. I don't know if you can see that, but it is like when it drips, it's like statically attracted to the cup. Fascinating. Look at that gold color. That is gorgeous. Best way to get your 1 to 1, use a 40 ml medicine cups. Then you get exact measurements. If not, it won't harden set right. You know what? That would have been a great idea. I probably should have talked to you a few weeks ago. So let's get this in pretty close. And I think starting from the bottom and working up would work a little bit better. It'd look a little bit nicer for you guys. So let's do this, and I'm actually going to pour this over top of the bag here. Look at that. The first time I take a precaution and I get no drips. But that is good advice, Eileen. Jill, good morning. And that's a really nice shade of gold. Yeah, I thought so too. And Eileen, that's why that's what I use for my tumblers. That would be a good idea. Is there like, can I buy those in bulk? Because I mean, unless I'm like, a lot of the stuff I'm gonna be doing is gonna be like a small fill, anyways. Oh, this is so nice. Let's see. Send pictures of the one I order. I prefer 3-ounce silicone cups for measuring. Amazon. Okay. Everything's on Amazon. And for some reason, my YouTube notification didn't pop up. That is pretty. Thank you. This is just a test piece. I just wanted to see if I could just playing with my laser, and just want to see what kind of stuff I could get up to. Ruh-roh. That's an issue. I'll be back in just a second. I guess I was saying it was turning out too nice. Okay. Fixed. Now what's going on here? So putting too much pressure on the applicator, or did I just not screw this on very well? Well, just got to be a little bit more cognizant of that, I guess. And let's... Q-tip with warm water. Good luck with it. I would like to see it when it's done. Catch you next week. Got to get ready for work. All right, buddy. Well, you take care, and you have yourself a great week. And I'll shoot you a picture on Messenger. So. And I believe this stuff is like self-leveling to a degree. And the wood should kind of suck it in a little bit. So I think if I'm not perfect, I don't think that'll matter so much. I don't know. But this is why we run tests. Right? You know what? I am really liking this. Got to do some work. Have a great day. Caleb, it's nice looking, good job. I love the gold color with the purple. Also, you did a good job burning the style and words. Thank you. Looks awesome. I will see you next week. Enjoy your Sunday and the week. Glad I woke up for this stream today. I'm very glad you woke up too. And hey, if you guys have to peace out, that's all right. This is one of those slower this isn't as flashy. It's the leather work. This is just me filling things with resin, so I get it. You know, I really wish Etsy didn't turn into a such like a crappy website filled with a bunch of junk. Like, it was originally supposed to be just handmade stuff from just regular people. I don't know if you've been on there recently, but 90% of the crap you can find on there is mass-produced stuff from China being resold 1,000 times over. And the whole point was handmade goods by people. So I don't know about you guys, but I don't think I will ever buy anything from Etsy. I still have a store on there. I need to close that out. I don't know what to talk about while I'm doing this. anyone knows a good, reliable site to find fonts on, free to use fonts, I would much appreciate it. Because like I said, these were just the fonts that were available in my computer already. They're not bad. But definitely not for, you know, I just think, I think this deserved a little bit better. Well, this is already starting to heat up. I didn't think this was so exothermic. There's got to be a better, at least for this type of work, there's got to be a better resin for it. Or at least a better technique. surface tension on this resin starting to get pretty high. I bet you I am right at that half-hour mark, or a little bit past it. And you see why it was so important for me to get the maximum amount of working time by mixing the mica in previous to mixing the hardener in. Yep, and that's the end of that bottle. Still mostly full. Oh well. I got most of it done. This is getting really hot, y'all. But there we go. Let's go switch to the face cam, and we'll call that good. Alright guys, so I'm back. I mean, I was always here, but I figure we are running out of time, and goodness we are. Look at that. 0 concurrent viewers right 4 minutes ago. Well, like I said, this did run pretty long. But hey guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. I'd call this a successful test. This was way better. This turned out way better than I thought. I'm gonna have to see it once it's fully cured. If this is the mica powder I want to continue working with. I think it is though, because this is just beautiful. All right, guys. So I appreciate it, and always I appreciate you. Thank you for helping me make this world better, one kerf at a time. I'll see y'all later.